What's up, good people? I am sorry that I have been a little inconsistent with posting bedtime stories. I have had a whole lot going on. Yesterday, I was like under the weather. Pretty much slept like all day long after I got off work from the night before. And so I have quite a bit for you all. I got a weekend reset, the first one of 2026 that I need to post. I also have a recipe that I need to post, and then I have a bedtime stories episode that I need to finish editing and posting. So I'm gonna try to get all that done today, but I still have life, that I have to manage as well. I would think that I would have more time to do the recordings and the stuff that I have grown to love, but I don't. I have less time. So with that in mind, I will get that out to you all. Thank you for rocking with me. I know that there are some people who are like, True and Wood, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? You started something with Salima and Wise, but where are they now? Like, it's coming. It's all there. But you have to develop a story. You have to have backstory. People have to have buy-in. They have to understand what's happening and why it's happening. It has to still make sense, right? And it's not TV. It's not a movie. So I can't give you visuals. So because I can't give you visuals, I have to speak so that you have an understanding, right? This whole season has been about understanding the thought processes that go into the decisions that people make in this story and in real life. So when you start assessing the thought processes, right, and the things that people tell themselves about the things that are going on in their lives and around them, you can better understand why they make the decisions that they make, good ones and bad ones, right? And then, making sure that we have an understanding of code, right? Whether you intend to be in the kind of lifestyle that some of our characters are in or not, understanding that people have coded ways of communicating with one another to ensure that other people aren't able to detect what it is that they're communicating, right? Interpret what it is that they're communicating. And that code is going to be important as we move forward, right? Bedtime Stories is in its 17th season, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon, unless, of course, God says otherwise. But with that in mind, there are things that have to develop in Resurrection in order to fuel 18, 19, 20, and you got to get it here. You got to get it now in order to have an understanding when other things happen. A lot of times people be like, but why would that person do this? Why would they do that? Like, what's wrong with them? Blah, 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 blah. And I love that. I love the comments about what's wrong with them, why are they doing this, and all of that types of stuff. I love when you all comment about what you think is happening, what you think is going to happen, what you think should happen, right? Because even though it's a story that is written, it is always evolving. It can always be improved. Things can always be changed. I love to incorporate, things that you all say in the comments into the story. Sometimes it makes me aware that additional explanation is needed around something. So I love to have that as feedback, right? And I can't do all the things that y'all want done. Some things is already planned out and they just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But with that in mind, keep the comments coming, right? Keep the feedback coming because I love it. Of course, I want to be told that I'm doing a good job, but it's bigger than that, right? I want to know how you relate into these characters and the choices and decisions that they make. And even the characters that piss you all the way off, like Sincere, they serve a purpose, right? They serve a purpose just like the people in your life that piss you off. And I get that he grimy. He definitely grimy. But, these are the results, right, of bad parenting. Like, not for nothing. This is kind of what happens when people fail to parent their children and provide them with the information and the skills and the love and the wherewithal that they need to be good people, right? As it relates to functioning in society. There are no good people or bad people, right? We just have people who make good decisions and people who make bad ones. And those decisions have impacts on other people, good impacts and bad impacts. But this is literally the results of that. And we all know as parents, you can be the best parent in the world. You could be the best parent in your capacity. Your children will still grow up and have to make decisions for themselves, and sometimes they won't make the best ones. Sometimes they won't make ones that you necessarily agree with. But like the Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go, and they'll never depart from it. So even when they go astray, even when they make bad choices or decisions, they will always find their way. They'll find their way back to purpose. And so we can hope for that for Sincere, but the likelihood is slim to none, because he didn't have the training. He wasn't trained up in the way that he should go, whether that's related to the business or personal. So again, it is developing, it is coming. Let me know in the comments who you want to hear about. Who are you missing? What do you have questions about? What doesn't add up for you, right? Recognizing that while it's a fictional story, it is based on real life, things that happen in real life, positive and negative, criminal and not so much. All right, love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Let me know what's up.